Greetings to you. Greetings.
Greetings to you. Greetings.
And a happy Friday to you lovely people. Today I'm taking some coffee, mushroom coffee. You see, after Hannah Muhammad sucked me dry, I need to replenish the liquid. I need to replenish the liquid. And for the purpose of the show, I thought, what's the better caffeine-free, alcohol-free substance that I can ingest temporarily? Coffee, mushroom coffee. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I am your precious gift, Dr. L. Prasad. Here to bring you what is important. What you must keep your focus on is that there is an elections coming. An elections is coming this year in Guyana. All the politicking you're seeing from all sides, they're vying for one thing: your votes. One thing they're vying for: your votes. You have two choices. You can vote for the candidate and the party that impresses you the most, or you can stay home. There is no law that states you must go out and vote. There is no law. So in order for you to practice what you call democracy, you are being hypnotized, played with, emotionally manipulated, so you can go out and make politicians rich again. Make politicians rich again. That's what elections are all about. That's what you vote for. Every time you go to vote to make a politician who was rich before rich again, whilst you remain poor. And I'm talking literally poor. I am talking the fact that you cannot surround yourself with the basic amenities that you can consider you have achieved, you have arrived. You have studied hard, you completed primary school, completed secondary school, completed high school and college, and you still can't, to this day, wake up at 40 years old and say, well done, you made it. You can't. Why? Because you keep making politicians rich again. And there's only one law that applies to rich and poor. For someone to be rich, others must be made poor. That's the law. You have to decide who is the someone and who is the other. The others are the ones that remains poor. The someone is the one that makes the others remain poor so that they can be rich. You have my point? You ain't get it? It's such a habit, you know. I don't need to sip the coffee, but it's just a reflex. You know, it's like a reflex with trying to prevent the stench of the coons we call the Muhammad from entering your mind, but you just can't because they continue to appear uninvited. You have to put a lock on your phone just to prevent the Muhammads from gaining access to your screen. You have to now write your own algorithm on Facebook or the internet just to prevent the Muhammads from invading your space uninvited. But I'll make an exception. After all, I'm a guy. I'm a man. I'll make an exception for Hannah. Come on, man. What you expect? What you expect? She ain't my wife. She ain't my sister. So if she wants to come online and show her pussy, bless you, Hannah. Bless you. I'm a man. Every pussy is attractive. Every pussy. So let's talk about that. The decent folks of Guyana, the well-raised, well-bred, schooled Afro-Guyanese, because I ain't talking to Indo-Guyanese, because the Indo-Guyanese are not responsible for Muhammad being where he is. It's the Afro-Guyanese. And I'll try my best to use that term. Afro-Guyanese. Again, this is your fault. Look at the woman that's representing you. Look, she is so desperate now. So desperate that she realized that on a normal day, nobody gives a fuck about her. On a normal day. She so craved attention and likes and followers that she has fantasized that being the leader of WIN, she needs to bring all the people on her side. So whoever advised her, they did well. Because the Afro-Guyanese are now looking at their champion, their heroess, Hannah Muhammad, continuously coming online, explicitly sexual. Explicitly sexual. For what? Only to get clicks. Only so that she can seduce the men who don't give a fuck about her to get clicks. They don't want to listen to what she has to say because she can't speak. They just want to click on the video and zoom to see how far and how close it can come to get the actual print. Hannah, you know exactly what you're doing. You're a bitch. Hannah Muhammad, you are a bitch. That's a fact. That's an established fact. It's not a theory. I ain't no scientist. Yeah, I'm a scientist, but in this sense, I'm speaking factual. It is a fact, Hannah Muhammad, that you are a bitch, a slut. So it's no surprise that you will stoop to that level, just to get attention and get men to click on your video. Because men aren't interested. They're not. I might be the only man that's talking about you. I have a reason to because of your stupid ass asshole brother. I have to talk about him, and as a result, your name is mentioned from time to time. But if it wasn't for your brother Hannah, you would be irrelevant. A matter of fact, nobody would give a fuck, who you cheat with on your husband. Nobody cares. Because rich girls like you're bored. You're bored. And because you can't marry the dick you really want to, you got to take the white guy because your daddy says, hey, bitch, listen to me. You ain't taking this money and give no nigger family. No, run, nigger, run. No nigger family. You ain't taking, I don't care how much you are horny for them dicks. You ain't taking my fucking money and you have to no nigger from the ghetto. You better find yourself a white guy. And in the case of Shell, when he talk about niggers, ain't just black people. He see Indians as beneath him. So he called the Indians coolie. Oh yeah, Shell, I heard your story. You call Indo-Guyanese coolie. Coolie and nigger, same thing. So Shell made sure that his bitch-ass daughter didn't marry a nigger coolie or a nigger black. Because his money is too precious for that group to spend. Hannah didn't mind. She needs the money. So she married the midget from Russia. Give him some kids, but continue with her life on the side. Now it seems like she's running low on dicks. After all, she's popular now and everybody knows who she is. So most of the guys want nothing to do with her. They're like, hey, bitch, you got a nasty character, man. What are you, a prostitute or just a whore? I mean, which one? Choose one. If you're a prostitute, I can't afford you because you're a rich girl and you wouldn't fuck for $100. If you're a whore, worse yet, I have to use a condom and what's the point? So she ain't getting dicks the regular way. Now she has to come out and let men see that she's also cool. She's also cool. She can get down with it, get down. Oh, I can zip it up too. I can tighten the shit. Oh, the girls can put their pussy outside. I can do the same. And I'm famous. I'm rich. So I'll get more attention. Hannah, I don't know who your daddy is. They say his name is Shell. And he's going with your brother to prison. But I don't know who your daddy is. But money spoils children. Money spoils children. Your brother grew up in money and he became a criminal, a gangster, and an accidental politician awaiting the ticket to fly to Florida. And you just became a slut. Sometimes the Bible is right. The root of all evil is money. Because the evil that exists in Hannah and her brother, the root was money. Look how they turned out to be. Oh, congratulations, Shell. Your money did well. Your son is an idiot, and your daughter is a slut. What do you know? You're seeing it there. I want you to show me Afro-Guyanese, black people. I want you to find, scrub the internet. Scrub the fucking internet. And find any picture or video of an Afro-Guyanese politician, because Hannah is a politician now. Find any image or video of Afro or black women who are politicians in Guyana. Portray themselves like that. Find one. Past and present. The one thing I can give them credit for, the black women in politics in Guyana, PPP, PNC, the one thing I can give them credit for is that they always appear in public decent. Decent. Professional. Decent. Always. You can never catch them in the act of indecency or looking like a bitch. Never. So if you want to attack them, you have to attack them on their politics, not their lifestyle, not their character, not the way they conduct themselves in public. You have nothing against them when it comes to that. Not the blacks in the PPP, not the PNC. The women. The Indo-Guyanese women. In the PPP. If you need to find some image to compare it to say, yeah, look, the Indo-Guyanese women in the PPP, they're also slutty. You have to create an AI image. You have to generate an image from AI to depict them in a slutty way, to say, yeah, it's not just henna, them Indian girls in the PPP also. No. So Indo-Guyanese and Afro-Guyanese women in the PPP, when it comes to their personality, when it comes to the way they conduct themselves in public, when it comes to their profile in public, it is perfect. The standard is so high, you can't criticize them. You have to criticize their politics, and that's understood. You want to tell me that the Afro-Guyanese are so desperate, so much self-hatred. That's why you should buy my book, Black Plague, I Come in the Name of Hate. You should buy that book. Anyway, that they can turn their backs on the best example they have of women conducting themselves in public to endorse and support not just a criminal, an immoral coon, but his slutty sister who has usurped the position of deputy leader of the party and is coming out and saying publicly she's speaking on behalf of her brother, not the party. She's speaking on behalf of her brother, not the party. She don't give a fuck about the party, because in the party what she sees are decent black women who just happen to be desperate. She representing them. She representing her brother, to whom cannot criticize her lifestyle. Because when you are somebody as nasty as Azruddin, as whorish, vagabond, evil, and as disastrous as Azruddin, you can't condemn your sister. You can't judge your sister. You cannot correct your sister, because she has secrets for you. If you're going to be fucking each other, how can you correct the other one? After all, you're the last person to tell me anything, because what we do in private is worse than me walking around with my pussy in front. Can't correct anybody. So she does whatever she wants to do. As a man, like I said before, it's good for me. When women appear like that, it's seductive. It's kind of teasing the man. You know, it causes your mind to like, wow, I mean, you start thinking and yeah, I don't have to like henna to fantasize on the body. I don't have to like her. She's a woman. She's female. You understand? She's fuckable. It has nothing to do with really, you have to fucking man. Men don't have to like shit. You have men fucking junkies. Women that are out of their mind. Men are fucking like, if a man can go fuck a prostitute, whom he knew just fucked 10 guys. 10 men just paid her to fuck her. And he will still go and pay her to fuck her. What, he's in love? He likes her? No. He just wants stress release. And he's done. So the thing about what Henna is doing, she's fuckable. But she's also not, she's incapable of understanding that which man in his right sense, unless it is for the purpose the white guy is with her for, which is money, would want his woman who wants to assume a political role in a civilized, developed country where all the politicians, besides her numbskull brother, all the politicians are academics. And that's another thing. That's another thing. You can hardly find, let's deal with the PPP. Every cabinet minister in the Ali government, every parliamentarian, the 36 persons that makes up the members of parliament for the PPP, every one of them are academics. Every one of them are academics, meaning they're smart. The PNC, the 12, all of them academics. When, on the other hand, the leader is an idiot and a scunt. His right-hand man was in lockup the other day for beating up on a woman. He's a scunt as well. And his sister is a bitch. Well, she's not a member of parliament, but she's a bitch. She's representing the party. She's representing the party. The few that are remaining, they might as well just step away. If they have any pride, if Tabitha Haley and the others has any pride, they would say, hey, enough is enough. We have seen enough. Yeah. If they had any black shame, step away. Is that the value of money? That even your dignity has a price? I know that pussy has a price, and pussy has no dignity. Pussy has no dignity. Pussy will fuck any dick as long as the price is right. That has nothing to do with personality. But anybody with personality, with dignity and pride, would disassociate themselves. I don't want to be a part of this organization. Your sister she has now become the face of WIN, representative of her brother, and every time she keeps disgracing the blacks who put her there. Because it's as a result of the votes of the black people, her brother became opposition leader. Therefore, she got a platform. And now she is continually making it clear that she is her brother's replacement. She is the new face of WIN. She is the new leader of WIN. She's making it clear every time. When I saw the shit she's doing and then blaming Priya Manichan and all these other people, I'm asking myself the question, why can't her husband be a man for a change, man? Money or not, I get it. You don't give a shit. You know your wife is a slut. I get it. But please, man, have some pride as a man. Have some macho-ness in you, man. Tell the bitch, listen, man, I understand you want attention. You like whatever comments or compliments. I get it. You're horny. I can't satisfy you. If that's the case, let me wear a strap on. Extend the penis. If you're used to those 9 inches, tell me how I can make up for that. But don't embarrass me like this in public. You have a husband. You're not single. Every time you decide to do something to get attention, you keep embarrassing me. The husband should take that stand. If you divorce the bitch now, brother, you will get millions. You don't have to stick around. And you can still be a father to your children. But the fact that you are quiet and you have her hugging scraps in America, gangsters and thugs and criminals who openly said on social media they want to fuck her and the wife of Azruddin. You are there saying nothing and she's embracing these people. I don't know what happens behind the scenes. Maybe you're one of the guys that likes to watch your wife fuck other men. There are men like that, rich men. They're bored, they can't satisfy the woman, and instead of her going out and cheat, they will say, okay, bitch, bring the man in the house so I can jerk off this little dick while he fuck you. Yeah, maybe he's one of the guys that is into that kind of freaky stuff. Probably. If that's the case, then I understand. I get it. But politics, that's pushing it. Guyana politics has not gone to that level yet. Your brother may have introduced a different kind of politics, but it's not endorsed by the communities in Guyana. Your brother is getting away with a lot of shit because, of course, he still spends his money. He still has access to his money. He's still using his money to buy whatever he can buy and do whatever he can do. He's still doing that. We get it. But the rest of you in the Win Party, what's wrong? Where is your pride? Where is your pride, man? Hannah is disgracing you. She's disgracing you. If the blacks only knew this is what they signed up for, if the black people only knew this is what they signed up for, they will take their fucking votes back and give back Azruddin his $5,000. Say, ain't worth it. I'll give it to Ali for free. Or is she trying to compete? Because President Ali in his kitchen had on a polo shirt with a vest under the shirt, and the fact that he has some man boobs with tits that get women horny, she wanted to show that her pussy is more viable. Of course it is. But he's the president. You're just a bitch. So black people, you caused this. It's your fault. Now moving on. Aubrey Norton, Campbell, PNC. The Enmore Martyrs anniversary, that remembering the struggles, the massacre that the sugar workers experienced by the hand of the plantation owners or the white man. It happened. And also the massacre from Bornham. You observe the Enmore Martyrs, the individuals who were slaughtered because of their protests. You observe that, rightly so, because they were Indo-Guyanese too. But what happened to the date, May 25th? I forgot the particular year, 1966, or whatever the year it was, the year that the Indians were massacred. Why isn't that date also a remembrance date? To remind the public and the world as to what happened, the Holocaust that happened to the Indo-Guyanese on the Borneo, under a black man, a nigger. Why isn't that something that's worth remembering too? This is why the PNC never emphasize and place any attention whatsoever when it comes around the year at this time when they had to pay tribute to the Enmore Martyrs. They don't care. There is no significant event post emancipation of slavery. There is nothing on record from the time Coffee and the others rebelled and revolt for the chains to be released. In 300 or 400 years, the Afro-Guyanese has never had a bad day. Afro-Guyanese, from the ending of slavery to today, they never had a bad day. Never. So the only thing that they celebrate is emancipation. Emancipation from slavery 500 years ago, or however long it was. That's the only event. And almost 10 generations after that, never had any issue. But just less than 200 years ago, matter of fact, less than 70 years ago, from then to now, you have countless instances where Indo-Guyanese faced their worst days, not by the hands of the white man, but the hands of the black man. Countless. But the blacks, there's nothing. They have never had a bad day by the hands of the Indo-Guyanese. Never. But the other way around, so many. And all they celebrate, all they observe is Enmore martyrs. The Indo-Guyanese sugarcane workers that were shot to death by the slave masters, to whom most of the people pulling the trigger were blacks who were working for the slave masters. Why don't you observe the massacres? The Jews do it. The Jews observe the Holocaust. The Germans, the Europeans, they have days that in remembrance of what their people went through by the hands of their people. White people kill white people, but yet they celebrate and they observe the occasion of those killings. But in Guyana, you have blacks killing Indians. Nobody pays attention. Nobody observes it. Nobody remembers that. It's not in the books. It's not taught in schools. And nobody talks about it. One of my books focused on that to some extent. Then you have all these other things that are coming out after. But the PNC and the blacks are shutting it down. We don't want to talk about that. We're not interested. It already happened, or it didn't happen. They're blowing it out of proportion. They're taking it out of context. Okay, keep doing that. And while you keep doing that, you have to face the reality that even you, the blacks, are not properly honored. Let me tell you why. I'll sip some coffee. You had a case with a man who was around 60 or 66 at the time, where he murdered his ex-wife. Around 2015, he was sentenced to 60 years without parole for brutally murdering his ex-wife, a black man. Because of the judicial system in Guyana that facilitated an appeal for that murderer who confessed to the murder, he went from 60 years to 35 years. And from the 35 years, they have to discount 10 because he was already incarcerated from 2015. So all he has left is just about under 20 years, if he lives that long. Because now he would be close to 80. The point I'm making here is coupled with that, you had this fella, Isri or whatever shit they call him, he called himself, the gay-looking murderer that killed a woman in Linden, the young woman, buried her body in his backyard. And not only that, he joined the search party to help look for her. Oh, she disappeared, she's missing. Taking people to places where they shouldn't be, distracting them from the actual site where the murder happened. Oh, I covered it in my show last year. Around the time it happened, I featured it. And I did say then, go back and search the videos. I did say then, the same way how Muhammad was telling the cops, go look in the masjid. Why you want? Go look in the masjid. They should have gone and looked in the masjid because that's where the money was. Yeah. The same way I mentioned, the man who was sentenced yesterday, who went and reported her missing and took people to different sites, he should have been the first one they questioned. I mean, really questioned. It turned out that he was the killer, coupled with his sister-in-law, who he was fucking also, and buried the sister, his girlfriend, in his backyard. Black people. These are black people who are victims. These are black families who have lost permanently loved ones. And these are black people, black families who did not get justice, the right, adequate justice. Because that man, that animal, that gay-looking animal, who shot that woman in her head for whatever dispute, and usually it's about some other guy, fled the jurisdiction, ran from the law to Suriname. And because of the great law enforcement in Suriname, I always warn them, don't come to Suriname. The Suriname law enforcement, they hate criminals, especially if you're black. They would hunt you like a dog. Now, they ran to Suriname. They always do that, thinking they can hide. Oh, they blend in because the population is black. No, it's not black. The population in Suriname is not black. You hardly see black people. So you can't blend in. They found him, caught him, sent him back. And the thing about it that is ridiculous is that an Indian judge, I guess he's working for the PNC, an Indo-Guyanese judge, considering all the factors in the matter, he murdered his girlfriend, lied about it, buried her body, concealed the murder, fled the jurisdiction, hid from the law, and was caught and extradited. That alone should have gotten him 100 years. 100 years. So what he did is to put on an act, not thinking before he killed the woman the consequences of prison. Now he's fearing, oh my gosh, the reality hits. You're actually going to prison. And put on an act, gay and proud act, crying in the court, crying to try to get cameras' attention so they can film that and they can go and report, oh, he was so remorseful. He was filled with remorse. He is so sorry about what he did. Oh, it was an accident. Oh my gosh. Why couldn't the magistrate, the judge saw that and say, let's just give him manslaughter and let him come out in a few years, maybe 2 or 3 years. Or let's just just forget the case. Just forget about it. The same thing with the white, with a nigger in America that killed the white kid, that they wanted that nigger to go free. Now in Guyana, you had the man who, you need to understand this substance. He killed a woman in cold blood, bam to her head with a gun. He threatened many times to do it. He finally did it. Then he ran. And now he's sorry. And supposed to get leniency, want public sympathy. Still, how much years did he get in prison? How much? 35 years. The woman's life is worth 35 years. 35 years in prison. The other one, originally they got 60 years. Same, death is death. Killed his ex, this one killed this, same thing. He got 60, rightly so. But the system now gave him 25 years. And this one, that woman could have moved on, finish her studies, find herself a better partner, raise children, contribute to society. She could have lived on. But he took that from her. He took that from her mother, her father, her brothers, her sisters. He took that from them. And his fucking life got spared 35 years. And he will be out even before that. And this don't bother you niggas? Afro-Guyanese? This don't bother you? The men who keep killing your women are black men. Black men keep killing your women because they're pussies. They're insecure. They keep killing your women. It doesn't bother you to have the justice system reformed. It doesn't bother you to prevent this from happening. How could you accept that as being just? Just because he cried in front of the judge, he begged the family for forgiveness. How many times didn't that woman complain to her family about the abuse she was faced by this man? So because he suddenly realized the reality that he's going to be in prison and have his ass buggered for how many years, he's now afraid. He wants a miracle. He's going to accept Jesus on Judgment Day. No, there should be public outcry. Outcry. Social media, since you're not going out and protest anymore, you have social media, you have Facebook. There should be a public hashtag, life in prison. You don't want to push my narrative. You don't want them niggas to be killed. You don't want the death penalty. But you should be pushing the hashtag, life in prison. Is this the justification for niggas keep killing women? How many times, man? They're throwing acid in your women's face. They're stabbing and shooting, and they're doing this to your women, man. They are fucking women. And all the fucking judicial system is doing is giving them leniency. Leniency. Oh, they should take special course in prison. Are you fucking kidding me? Special courses in prison to reform themselves? What kind of a nonsense is that? Since when some fucking murderer reforms himself? Since when? Usually, if they ever come out of prison, they do it again. They do it again. There's no reformation. Yeah, it's a PNC thing. PNCR. Yeah, they're the ones who are always walking around. I'm reformed. I'm saved. I've seen the mountaintop. Yeah, the ideology is from the PNC. That's why I think that the PNC still has control over the judicial system. You don't give them life anymore. Give them half life, 25 years. 25 years. Look at all the sentencing that is published for men who kill women, men who kill people, black men. Look at the sentencing they get. 25, 35, 25, 35, 15, 10, 5. Look at this sentencing. The others who are seeing that, you think that's going to deter them from doing it again or following in that footstep? They're fantasizing, oh, just a few years. But our nigger is dead. He would be dead forever. That woman, dead forever. They're going to go in prison, live free, eat free, bugger for free, and then after a few years, they come out. But the people's lives that they take are gone for fucking ever. And that's the best you can do to reform the justice system. Anil Nandalal. Anil, is that the best you can do? Because up to you. You have the majority of the parliament. You want to change laws to give the president more bonus. You want to change laws to do whatever crap that is not important. But what's important to protect, to secure, to preserve life, to deter criminals from taking people's lives, you can't come up with a law to stop that. And even if you come up with a law, you can't inform your judicial system to tell these fucking judges if it's murder, you have a minimum that you can come to. It shouldn't be below 50 years. But imagine. I think the judges are racist. I think the judges are racist. Let me tell you why. If you look at the cases where it's an Indian who may commit a murder against another Indian, look at the sentencing he gets, the years he gets. But when it comes to crimes where black people, niggers, are committing crime against other people, the laws seem to be very soft and accommodating to those criminals. But anybody else, they get the maximum. There is no flexibility. So I think the law, the judicial system is racist against the other races. They are now doing reverse Jim Crow. So while in America you find white men who may kill black men would get a reduced or no sentence, now you have in Guyana black men who kill other people, they tend to mostly get away with it because the law is flexible with them. I think it's a racist thing. Yeah. Because if that man, that goon who murdered that woman in Linden, if that was an Indian man, if it was an Indian man who murdered a black woman, oh my gosh. Oh my God. I get, your spirit is like, just thinking about it, he would get life in prison if he survives. Life in prison. Even if it's a black man murder an Indian woman, the law will still be flexible with him. Because somehow it is rigged to be very easy on black criminals. Look at the system. Look when they're held for drugs, for guns, for whatever it is. Look at the sentencing they get compared to other people. Look at it. If it's not bail, it's reduced sentencing. Look, pay attention. That has to stop. We are running around talking about fucking oil money, oh this and all that. Your fucking brains is so corrupt with oil money. all you think about is money, 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 but you fail to understand you have to live, fools, idiots, you have to live to spend the money. If you're dead, if some nigger kill you, you can't spend the cash grant. You can't spend the because we care cash grant. You can't spend shit if you're dead. So if you're so concerned about your life and your future, tell the government we need better, harsher, stronger laws against criminals who wants to terrorize people, kill people, rob people. We want better laws. We need to understand that justice will be served to the maximum. That's what we need. Guyana is not a cowboy country. You're making it seem like that. Don't be afraid of the PNC. Fuck the PNC. If the blacks can feel secure under the PPP, we have no need for the PNC. Do you see what's happening with them? They have their own infighting now. They have their own infighting. They have no place, no relevance. Yeah, they're the opposition, but the point is, the world don't see them as the opposition. The world see Azruddin, the criminal, as the opposition, and his slutty sister, who would soon take over that role. So all a man's it's not the PPP, it's not the PNC or the APNU or the other win. It's not that. It's a PPP. I expect better from you, Amanza. I did. You are a smart, beautiful woman. You're always well dressed. You're decent. Well, I'm to your brain. You should know better. Don't be so desperate to blame the PPP, to blame Mansour or give the shit. Don't be so desperate to do that. You were constantly touting and touting. You joined to support a criminal. You joined to bring down your constitution and your government by supporting a criminal, by not thinking of the consequences to if financial sanctions come upon Guyana. You didn't give a fuck. You're just desperate. You actually believe that they could have made a difference with you getting a seat in the committee, even though the laws are the laws. And don't talk about what happened before with Deputy Speaker. In PNC time, when they ran the parliament, how accommodating were they to the opposition? How? They weren't accommodating. So you want Irfan Ali government to be accommodating to the opposition? Come on, man, let's be fair here. Let's be fair here. The public ain't stupid. The people from Win are stupid. So if you're talking to that small following that Win has, yeah, I get it. But the larger Guyanese, they're not stupid. Call a spade a spade. You were desperate enough to believe that Azruddin can pay his way out and get you to be on some seat somewhere. It ain't gonna happen. He didn't know that, but you knew that. Because Tabitha Haley said it. She said it. That from the beginning they knew it was not possible. You knew, Amanza. Norton knew that. It was not possible because you have 4,000 votes. How the fuck did you get a seat anyway? Well, you have 4,000 votes, Amanza, and ain't worth shit. Ain't worth shit. They took that from Simona Booms and just give it to you. And you think because of the 4,000 votes, you're important? You can talk and you can go make pictures with this ambassador, that ambassador, and you're loud. Your 4,000 vote ain't give you that privilege. Your 4,000 vote gives you the position as being the fucking conductor. The conductor. Let me make it a little more comprehensive for you. Since you're that stupid. Your 4,000 votes, Amanza Walter Desire, qualifies you to be the janitor. The janitor. To clean up. After Azruddin walks and he brings his mess in the house like a delinquent kid, you gotta mop this shit up. That's all. Not even the cook. You can't even assist the cook in the kitchen. Your station is the janitor. So the fact that you have the audacity to come out and speak, you're overstepping your boundaries. You don't know your place. Your job as a woman, a man's, is to clean the fucking house. To clean the house. Stick to your job. Stick to your position. Your boss knew he couldn't do anything, and still you believe he could. Well, I guess he couldn't get to Manzu Nadir and all the others to pay them off. You can't go protesting in a man's house. You can't be insulting the Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Gail Teixeira. You can't be doing all of that and still expect them to be nice to you. No, this bullying shit ain't working. It ain't working. Maybe if you had money like Mohammed, maybe it will make a difference. Maybe. You can buy one or the other win people and say, hey, you step aside. I'll take your seat. But then again, you would not be interested in politics. Because most of these women go into politics because they're broke. They need money. They don't want to work. They want a sugar daddy. But in political sense, the sugar daddy is the politics. Easy money without the effort. While the rest of the women in the PPP, they actually have to work. They have to wear decent clothing, cover their bodies properly, strap themselves well, put on the rain boots, and go in the flood waters and talk about how the floods are affecting the roads and stuff, and they should not have built a city by the river or build bigger drainage. They actually have to do that. But with you and Hannah, well, Hannah, she don't need to. All she needs is a legging and a thong and some see-through top. Get in front of the camera and stand in water and talk about floods and wet all the time. Psychology, Hannah, psychology. You're standing in water with your pussy in front, spread, and talking about floods. Oh, the floods. Oh, and it's wet. Oh, the floods. Oh, and it's wet. We get it. We get it. Hannah, yeah, we did. I hope you got the attention you're looking for. It's the Russian that has to worry about that. Like I said, no man in his right mind, no decent man in his right mind who's married to a woman, whatever, especially not in a political arena, approve of his wife going out on camera on social media looking like a slut. No fucking man. Any man that approves of that, he has something to lose. He has something to lose. Because decent women don't put themselves out like that. They don't. They don't do that. But if you're a whore, you're badly raised, you're fucking prostitute, you're looking for attention, you have no values, yes, you're going to put yourself out like that with your pussy in front and your frags, your crack showing to get men's attention. It's worst if you're doing that in the name of politics. It is worst. You niggas that supported Win, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I mean that. You should be ashamed of your fucking selves. Because that's the level you stoop to. All the decent people around. And you chose that asshole and his sister to represent you. Black people, black people. I want to talk nice, but when reality hits, I gotta speak the facts. You know, I gotta speak the facts. When reality hits, gotta speak the facts. Morals matter. Morals matter. And if you are a black man and you say you have no problem with that, I get it. You're a nigger. All right, let's get to some of your comments. It's Friday. I feel like suits today. I feel like suits today. I just. Okay, my internet is not working properly. It is. I can't. It's the weather is bad. The weather is really bad. It is. It's raining. It's raining outside. And you know it's bad. Where you live, it's terrible. It's raining. So it's not just me, it's you too. Your internet is fucked up. But when the weather is like that, you have this issue. You have the issue with the internet. All right. But thanks for saying that. Let's buy Starlink. Yeah, I guess I have to. I'm planning to get it. I'm planning to get the Starlink because these fiber optic cable you're talking about and these 5G shit, it's a lie, it's a hoax. You don't get that. Because when the weather changes, the internet starts to get problems and when you're streaming, you need a heavier, more consistent bandwidth. But like I said, when the weather is fair, sun is good, there are no issues. But when you have heavy rainfall everywhere, it affects the signals. Amanza always blamed the PPP. That's how they would. Even when the PPP was in opposition, they still blamed the PPP. Sita Bihari says, please don't forget to give the viewers the smile. Real men don't smile. No, real men don't smile. We do it objectively. You see, like Muhammad, he can't. He's incapable of that because of all the demons he walk around with. You see his sister also, she's even worse. When Hannah tries to smile, she looks like Ratatouille. You know the mouse that in the movie? Was it Ratatouille? Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, she looks like that. Like Will Smith as a bitch. She can't smile. Women are more pleasant when they smile. Men are more pleasant when they are, structured. Not Hannah can't smile. It doesn't work with her face. I guess it's something to do with the shame that she's carrying around, thinking that everybody knows her secrets. Well, we do. We all know her secrets. So she can't. When she smiles, you think she's crying. It's like she's telling Azruddin, oh, Azruddin, no, you know me, you're my brother. Don't, Azruddin, don't, daddy. Anyway, share this live. I want to hear from you in the comment section. And please go to Amazon.com and buy a copy of the 8-part series books. You have 8 copies to choose from. They are available in paperback and ebook. You can buy it, have it shipped to your house. So when you are watching the show, you can be reading from the book. Or you can just download it on your phone and make sure that you make your mark. Your contribution matters. You see, I'm not begging for Zella donation because nobody's zealous. They don't send donations. When you ask for Zella, nobody wants to donate anything. So fine, I stopped doing that. I'm working now. I'm saying, hey, buy a book. It took me a long time to finish these books, almost 8 years. Now they're finished, they're out. Make it worth the while. Encourage an author. Then I can come and I can say, I've sold 1 million books. I've sold 2 million books. And it will encourage other people to write also, to become authors, to become creative. But if nobody buys books, who would write books? You're like, if you want to starve to death, become an author. It shouldn't be the case. You should not forget that reading is fun to your mind. You have so many libraries in Guyana, libraries everywhere. Get the books, sell them in your stores. Whatever stores you have, put a nice section where you have Dr. Prasad's books or Prince Allen the President's, and they're there. People come and say, "You're selling that racist books?" No, he's not a racist. Read the book. I can't believe you can support such a guy. He wants to divide Guyana. He's dividing. No, read the fucking books. Don't label the man without knowing what he's about. I understand you would face a lot of fight back. I get it. But what I'm saying is, we need your support. Have a good Friday. Until next time.